Court raising more questions about President Biden's involvement with his son Hunter and his business dealings. At the moment, Hunter Biden's vacationing with his father in South Carolina. Our next guest reveals in a New York Post article this: a source and emails from Hunter's abandoned laptop confirmed that he met with his then vice president father in 2015 and 2016, immediately after business meetings with a Romanian tycoon accused of corruption. John Levine's the columnist for the New York Post, back with us today. And John, good morning to you. The tycoon is Gabriel Popoviciu, I do believe. What's his story?
Your guess is as good as mine on that name.
What would he be doing with Hunter Biden, John?
So just for context on Gabriel Popoviciu, he was a Romanian real estate tycoon. He had made hundreds of millions of dollars in Romania, and he was convicted of bribery, and he was sentenced to 7 years in prison. And he was looking to have that conviction overturned. And in that effort, he enlisted Hunter Biden and a number of his business partners to sort of see what they could do on that front. And this effort, millions of dollars, according to someone I spoke to who was involved in that effort, changed hands to Hunter and his cronies for that effort. And, it appears that Hunter pulled out all the stops because, what's really new here is that if you look at the calendar, on at least 3 different occasions when Hunter Biden was conducting business on behalf of this Romanian, immediately after he was meeting with his father. And you can see this all in the calendar. So you've got situations where he's in Romania, he's meeting with the U.S. ambassador to Romania at the time to talk about the case, and then he comes back from Romania. 2 days later in the calendar, it says breakfast with Dad at the Naval Observatory.
Oh,
the Vice President's
interesting. Let me get to that right now, because this is strange to me. The former FBI director, Louis Freeh, was working for the tycoon. He was hired by him. So here's one of the emails that you came up with. Does this still work for you? And that's Hunter Biden's office manager, Joan Pugh, I think, titled 12 p.m. call with Louis Freeh. I'm going to yoga at 5:15 if you're done with your dad in time. Now, why is that so significant? Why is that important, John?
So Louis Freeh was also part of a former FBI director, was also part of this effort to get the conviction against Popoviciu overturned. And there's really no reason, for Hunter and Louis Freeh to be having a call, at that time, other than for Popoviciu. And then, as you can see from that email, it confirms what you can see in the calendar, that there was a meeting with Joe Biden that same day, just 2 hours, in fact, afterwards.
Okay, so here is Peter Doocy asking the golden question from 2019.
How many times have you ever spoken to your son about his overseas business dealings?
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings.
You've got that on camera now, John. That was 3 years ago. And your whole piece today suggests that he met with his dad multiple times, surrounding the same time that he was doing work with this tycoon for a name that we can't pronounce. John, is it possible that all of this could be explained away?
It's increasingly unlikely that that's the case. And, as you said, it really is the golden question. And it's been reiterated several times by White House press secretaries, both Jen Psaki and now Karine Jean-Pierre, that there was no contact between Joe Biden with his son with respect to overseas business dealings. But the body of evidence that now exists makes that impossible to believe. So now the question is not, was there contact, was there discussion of the business dealings, but how extensive was it? And I think that's the real next question we need to kind of begin to address.
Fair question. John, thanks. Let's leave it there, and we'll bring you back again soon. John Levine, you can read his report today.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.